And so it begins. Hello everyone, and welcome. We finally, after wading through piles and piles of lore, we finally get to do our first dungeon here. See that? We're gonna go into that. And it's not gonna be fun, I'm assuming. I got my red mage here, all set. Almost leveling to 82 as well while at it. And we're gonna clear this. So, to summarize, after the last stream I went around and dived into the piles and piles of lore. Found that of course, spoilers incoming. Found that one of the first brood dragons, one of the oldest dragons, was running the show at Razarahan. And we kind of got into an alliance with him. We're getting his blessing so my NPC friends can go in there without being mind controlled. Other than that, we found out the Sharlians are preparing for something. No clue what, but for something. Something that includes migration. I'm wondering, maybe they are the ones who are just, you know, planning to run to the moon or something. And now we have the protection. We are all ready to go inside, so that's what we're gonna do now. That's our first dungeon. We're gonna go inside the tower and hopefully dismantle it. The Tower of Zot. I'm sorry, I'm already the red mage, Alize. I'm sorry.
Right then.
Oh yeah, before I forget.
'Twould be a pleasure as always.
My turn!
Jeez, calm down, boy.
My turn!
Has no chill.
Let's give it our all.
Right then.
Right then. Right then. The reason I'm going with red mage is because if I go to paladin, the DPS is going to be all NPCs and they don't really do much DPS, so at least now I can make the run faster a bit. Ilzabat, the Tower of Zot. Whoa. Okay. That's a boy? Boy. Any chats? Anything? Let us proceed with caution. Mancred, go! Swift cast, impact! Just optimizing all the DPS I can get in here. In fact, now that we have some red mage changes here.
You underestimate me!
I thought I have their effects turned off, huh? Might have to do that later. Hello, big boy. Boy. Explosion! Yes, give me all the buffs, Urianger. Alright, so. How did I turn off the party set effects? Settings, item changes. Where was the settings for those? Ah! L? L? It's not here, I'm assuming. Oh, there it is. Wait, it's just the physics. Where are the effects? Where are the effect options? Ah! HP, yeah, whatever. Not gonna waste more time. I sense a great surge of ether, as if a summoning has begun. What? Oh, right. These are the gods they worship here in this place. Bye. Onwards and upwards. Mancred, go.
You're mine.
Yeah, I'm gonna overcap on my mana a bit, but hey. AoE, 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 more AoE, even more AoE, and an explosion, and then bigger explosion. Waste your dual cast on a regular skill? Sure, why not? Okay, I should be doing single target combos on when there are two enemies. Gotcha. Alright. Oh my god, this dungeon is... This is just... like... oppressive. Look at all this. Be careful not to fall. Oh, another one of you guys. And the backflip.
You cannot stop us!
Manification to get mana, so I can do another melee combo. Oh, backflip, backflip, backflip! Disengage, disengage! Abort, abort! Okay. And here we go. First boss. Mindurua. It's an abomination. A perversion of people's fate. Well, we'll see how that goes.
Prepare yourself.
Okay, that's a heavy tank buster. Haha! Oh shit! No, 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 no! Get back in there! Let me cast, will ya? What's the idea here? Can we stop it? Oh, it's gonna just pop from there, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Alright, so I see. That's basically a delayed cast. Gotcha. I'm picking up what you're putting down, game.
My turn!
Is it? No, my turn. I got mana. Transmute fire. Okay. And then, oh shit, I forgot what the other one is. Okay. I'm not gonna make it! Okay, so the first one was thunder that I did not notice. Gotcha.
You're mine!
You cannot stop us!
Well, she can try. Transmute Blizzard, okay.
You
Transmute
cannot
Bio.
stop us!
Oh, Bio is the one where I gotta get behind. Blizzard is the waves, okay. And then hide behind here, I'm assuming. Yep. I did a smart. It's such a simple but effective battle tune. Transmute fire, okay.
You're mine!
Blizzard. And then Bio is the one you're using, so over here. And then run there. And then dodge the waves. Okay. We survived! Gear! Give me gear! Pending. Okay, that's for my paladin. Works for me. Mancred, go! Thunder, impact. Arrow, impact. Swift cast, impact! That's so satisfying.
Hurt.
It's not as satisfying as the triple flare from Black Mage, but it still is. Cool. Yes, I decided to just kill him with the engage, disengage skills. Wait. Oh god. Ugh.
You cannot stop
The
us!
walls, they're pulsing. I just realized. Ugh. That's unnerving. Alright. Let's go. This is an oddly whimsical BGM for this dungeon. Wait, I remember you. Also, excuse you, I'm casting here. Hey, I'm casting you. Just because of that, I'm gonna pay you special attention.
You're mine!
You're mine! He's aggro. Another pending. Is the game telling me to play Paladin instead? Okay. Okay, game. Why not? Gotcha! Alright, that's enough mana. Embolden, Manification, and then swing, swing, swing. Another swing. Oh! Oh, these become the AoE versions.
My turn!
Oh! I thought they were just becoming the same thing.
You're mine!
Huh. That changes things. You know what? Let me optimize. Let me get some melee attacks in too. Just melee auto attacks. Go! Go, my minions! Okay, if that's the case, then I'm gonna just... Now that I have enough mana, I'm just gonna do 3 melee AoEs. And then blow shit up. There we go.
You underestimate me!
There! You're mine!
You see, if I was playing with other people, we would have just pulled like 3 packs and then just burned 12 enemies down at a time. But then I wouldn't get to stop and admire the architecture, if you can call it that. Please die. Thank you. Is it gonna be another fending? Huh? Casting! There we go, an upgrade. Is it though? Is it though? It is. Wow. Okay. Well, fuck me then. Let's place an armory chest and equip it there. Now we're getting somewhere. Just like in the picture, we're facing the Magus sisters. The same sisters the Fisher lad told us about. Yes, yes, quite. Alright, Mancred, go. Go! Hey! You LB. Okay, fine. Whatever. As long as we're doing damage, I suppose.
You're mine!
Okay, so let's see if I can do this right. Oh. Wow! That was a bit bigger than I expected. Shit.
You're mine!
Oh. I need to understand this one's attacks. It seems like it's a bit more technical. Oh. Yeah, that seems to be the one. It's the only one that was not doing anything. You can have that, Tancred. So what's the idea here? Will be frozen in time when count reaches 0. Ah, she's just taking turns,
I have you.
stopping all of us and attacking in one by one. I see. I can't dodge that one, it seems. Here we go again.
Try and stop me!
Well, she did try. Back flip away.
You're mine!
Okay, that was actually pretty fun. Aiming? Oh well. I'll give it to my machinist, I suppose. The corruption. It feels stronger here. Aye, the talisman trembles to resist it. It'll be fine, right? Right? I'm not gonna have to fight Tempered Tancred, right? Right? Explosion! Oh right, 2 enemies. I should switch back to single target. I'm just tunnel visioning the classic DPS tunnel vision. Any chests? Not that I can see. It's over there. Tancred, go!
There.
Well, this just happened. Okay. I accidentally did the long cast. Alas. Alas! And boom. And kaboom. And then treasure chest. Ring of Slaying. Okay, that works. For for Monk. Go. Flip. Explosion. And then another one. Oi! Excuse you. The hell is that noise? Ugh. Oh wow, we're almost at the top, huh? That's the core, I'm assuming? I mean, looks like it. Healing, really? Ugh.
This will hurt.
Ooh. Someone is angry. Come on. Oh, hey, the other one. Tancred just cast Provoke on it. Okay. We're doing fast pulls, huh? Alright. This is the first one. Just gonna pop it right here. And then Manification. And I'll do it again! Well, it died, but an attempt was made. More War Machina to dismantle. Oh. You're talking about these ones, I see. Hey, I made it to the combo. They extended the combo window for a lot of moves, so you don't drop your combos as easily now, which is pretty good. Especially when I'm like on Monk. I don't have to worry about dropping combos anymore.
My turn!
My turn! Is it though?
You're mine!
Yo! I'm not gonna get used to this noise. Never. That's just ugh. The Mega Wait, sisters? I'm gonna fight all three? Oh no. Oh no. I suppose we should have expected a third sister. Yeah, I mean, that's what we learned in the lore. Yep. This is gonna suck. Oh boy. 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 Well then. Nope. No, thank you.
You cannot stop us!
Well, they can very well try, and don't tempt them, eh? Oh, here we go again. Ah, shit. Thunderous Tempest. It's gonna be Thunder this time? Okay, oh, hey, a stack. Shit. I like this. Just for the first, like right from the first dungeon, they're going this hard. I love it. It's not hard, but you know, there's just a lot of stuff. It looks nice. I wonder what's gonna happen when I kill one and the others are like, are they gonna get angrier, buffed, something?
You're mine!
Okay. Oh no. Oh, double no. Triple no. Ultra no. No, 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 no. No. Help. Oh no.
I have you!
That was the weakest I have ever heard, Alf, you know. That didn't even convince me. Ah, shit, here we go again. Ah! Okay, one down.
My turn!
Interesting, that's the other one is the one that you're focusing on, huh? Alright. I'll follow your lead, NPCs. Also...
Time to end this!
Damn it, Estinian!
My turn!
You! Pizza! You! Whore!
You cannot stop us!
I'm not gonna make it. Alas. That was rude, Estinian. Just rude. Action learned. Were Thunder 3, were Era 3. Red Magic Mastery. Huh? Okay. That sure is an outfit. Oh hey, I also got the weapon on. Chances are, though, it's not good enough, is it? Oh, it is. Okay. Equip. Ooh, I like that. I like this purple theme. I might have to, like, farm all the equipment from this dungeon. Huh. I like this. I quite like this. Alright, anyways. The card. Use. One more. And then we're just gonna... Are these the stuff? Oh, Sage. Okay. Armory chest. Armory chest. Armory chest. Armory chest. Armory chest. Armory chest. Is it time for cutscenes? Has to be, right?
Is everyone all right?
We fortified the captives with what magics we could. Have the defenses been disabled? All appears quiet for the moment.
I'm gonna have to... You're gonna have to give me a bit. My cat is being needy. I'll be right back. And so I return. Sorry about that.
The lower floors were disturbing enough, but this place feels wrong. The ether is heavy and thick, like wading through a quagmire.
Thick. Thick ether.
I believe we stand in the tower's beating heart. What sayest thou, Ishtola?
I see it. Ether siphoned from the land runs up through the spire, flowing to a single point. This is the core we seek.
Ishtola, as much as I love you, no shit, Sherlock.
Yet something is off. As large as this structure is, it siphons far more ether than is required to sustain it. 'Tis as if the core is feeding on the energy, consuming it. I need to take a closer look.
Consume. That's...
Curious. There is something there embedded inside the core. A man's limb.
Excuse me, what? Excuse me?
This is what we came to destroy?
Yes, if you would be so kind.
Destroying is what he does best. See? It's what he does best.
And that should be the end of it.
What now?
Well, you cut the core. it's gonna fall apart.
My theory that the tower might come crashing down following the core's destruction doth appear to be correct.
Bully for you! And how are we supposed to survive the fall?
What of the prisoners below?
The floor beneath our very feet dissolves. Brace yourselves!
I pray I'm not too late.
Why is it every time I'm playing this game it's raining? Well, every time I'm streaming it's raining.
What happened? Where are we?
By my reckoning, we're still on the island where the tower stood. But 'tis as if it never existed.
Yeah, it was made from ether.
Hardly a scratch. But how?
Gratial, what have you done?
Raha wove a levitation spell at the last moment. Large enough to catch everyone, it would seem.
That explains the lack of obvious injuries.
Now the question is, are they still tempered?
The expenditure of so much ether has taken its toll. He will need plenty of rest, but should otherwise be none the worse for wear.
Then the immediate problem is what to do with our new friends here. They'll be much changed for their time in the tower. Even if their bodies are intact, I doubt we could say the same for their minds.
Mm-hmm.
Angelo and I will take care of that.
Yeah, you have experience with tempered people. But still.
I have every faith in you, Alize, but there are just too many for you to treat alone.
Yeah.
We'll send at once to Eorzea for more porksies, and call on the local mages to lend a hand.
Hail, Scions! We were watching the tower when it simply disappeared. What happened here?
What does it look like?
The threat is banished, and thy people delivered. They are, however, in need of treatment, and we of a secure locale and helping hands to assist us in its provision.
You shall have all this and more. Come, let us convey these unfortunate souls to the city.
Yeah, there's the head alchemist. She was not in there for long. Hopefully she can recover quickly. She's a smart one. We need her. We need her. Hello? The tower is gone and we owe it to you and the alchemists. I didn't realize how tense I had been until Narnea returned to normal and I felt drowsy for the relief. Yeah, I know that. You don't know how tense you are until you get, like, you ease up. Carrying all those Matanga may have been the true struggle. Haha. The liberated prisoners are being transported to Razahan for treatment. Alizé and Y'shtola will oversee the administration of the tempering treatment, with support from those who know a healing spell or two. We'll go and join them in the city once you had a moment to catch your breath. You may now keep spamming this dungeon with your NPC friends. Are you okay there, sir? My good sir? Or ma'am? Are you okay there? Have a good day. I am assuming they're just there auto-jumping to not get AFK and kicked. Because they don't want to queue again. Had enough rest, have you? You never were one for being idle. Right. Washan bade us come to Megaduta at our earliest convenience. These place names. The others will join us there once they have finished tending to the prisoners. Ah, wait. On second thought, you and Estinian should go on ahead. I need to make a quick detour by the Great Work. We left Graha in the alchemist's scare, you see. Best to fetch him before he's crammed into a specimen jar. Yeah, please. Just you and me, then. The guardsman at the gate should weigh what's true. Oh yeah, I can finally enter the city, huh? Yeah, I can access the other half of the map. Can I make it to the fate before it ends? Would like to. Can this rain please go away already? I want to enjoy the scenery. It's already raining in real life as well. When they say immersive experience, this is not what I had in mind. There's another tank here. Not summoner. Red mage. As much as the new summoner is great, I'm more of a red mage person. Really, a triple triad match here? Huh. Interesting. Hello? Alright, there was this going on. I should help that sometime. And then weeklies reset. I should do weeklies too. With the tower gone, I expect that the state of alert will be lifted. Yeah, makes sense. Ah, honored scions! You are free to enter at your leisure. As I cannot leave my post, I'm afraid you must make your own way. Should you require directions in the city, the sentry stationed at the fountain atop the steps should be glad to assist you. We're in. We made it in. Though I have been at Razahan before, this place is a veritable maze. Rather than risk getting lost, we had best ask directions from the sentry at the fountain. Lead the way, and don't expect me to act as your tour guide like certain others. Estinian is now accompanying you. Dragoon buddies. Dragoon buddies. Ah, shit, here we go again. Ah, Mr. Zalmi, I presume. I understand you're here for an audience with the satrap. If you require directions to Megaduta, I should be glad to provide them. The satrap's residence is situated in Dharma, the highest part of Radzahan. To get there, I would ordinarily recommend a route that takes you by the bazaars in the city's north. Due to the state of alert, however, most businesses are currently closed and the Aetheryte disabled. Wait, what? Are you telling me I cannot attune? Because I will fight. Hands will be thrown. As such, I will provide you with an alternate path. First, please ascend the steps next to this fountain, then continue left. There will be more steps. Upon ascending them, you will emerge on Paxa's path. Proceed through the large door on the right, and you will arrive at the Rueda Fibers. Within, you will find another sentry who will give you further guidance. In other words, we head up. Sounds straightforward enough. You just go up, 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 up. They're telling me to go this way, but I'm still gonna go check that Aetheryte. I mean, it looks active. Are you active? You look active. Please. Please be active. Alright. Alright. Who am I fighting? I said hands will be thrown, and hands will be thrown. Who am I fighting? Hey, you! Open the Aetheryte. I need to attune. You don't understand. I need to attune. Okay, up the stairs, take a left, go forward, take another steps. I can't believe you've done me like this. This place looks pretty good when, you know, it's not raining. Like just this bit looks nice when it's, you know, sunny up there. Watchful Radiant. More people talking. Okay. Heading to Megaduta, are you? In that case, please follow this hallway to my right and go through the door at the top of the stairs. To your right. Is it your right? My right. You say to your right, but... You'll emerge at the entrance to the airship landing, where another sentry should be on hand to assist you. Incidentally, if you ascend the steps to either side of me, you'll find the workshops of Rueda Fibers. Though you are free to observe the artisans, take care not to lose your way. Okay. So I'm assuming I'm supposed to climb up this. Yeah, quest marker says so as well. You wait there. I like how it looks like a pair of wings, like bat wings. I'm really gonna have to get all the outfit for this dungeon, huh? If you're here for an airship, I'm afraid all flights have been suspended until further notice. So the state of alert is still in effect. Perhaps it's for the best. That aside, we're not here for an airship. We have business at Megaduta. Oh, in that case, permit me to direct you. From here, it's quite simple, really. Ascend these steps and then continue straight ahead and across the bridge. You cannot miss it. Is that a challenge? That's the bridge, I'm assuming. But first... Target acquired. Okay. Just a dead end there. Okay. The High Crucible of Alchemia. Where are these Meihane? Meihane? Really? Yellow. Greetings and welcome to Megaduta. May I inquire after your business? We are the members of Science of the Seventh Dawn, come at the invitation of His Excellency. Ah, of course, we've been expecting you. I will show you into the audience chamber if you would please follow me. Is this going to be voiced? It looks like it's going to be voiced.
Are we the last to arrive?
Yep.
I hope we've not kept you waiting.
You can, just the way the camera work is in a cutscene, you can tell if it's going to be a voiced or unvoiced cutscene.
Not at all. Your comrade is feeling better, I trust.
Much better, thank you. Harness remedies are certainly potent, in more ways than one.
One becomes accustomed to the taste, although I hope you never have cause to do so. Pray, take your ease.
Full glad I am to see you all unharmed.
Valiant scions, for your heroism, you have my boundless gratitude. You cast down that dire tower and set free its hapless captives. You cleanse their souls of its corrupting influence.
Yeah, we are known to do that.
No words of thanks will suffice. In place of platitudes, I offer a bounty of warding scales.
Yes. Yes, all of our yes, we need those.
Pray accept your due reward, along with the goodwill of Radzatan.
Alchemists throughout the land were put to work in the forging of your talismans. The finished ones have been collected.
and now await you at the High Crucible of Alchemia.
Now, aside from just having the talismans, can we have the blueprints for them too? You know? We're gonna need those.
Present this letter when you are ready to take them into your possession.
Instead of having the talismans, I'd rather have the knowledge on how to make the talismans.
We are humbled by your generosity. Know that the inventive wisdom of Radzat Han will be vital in restoring serenity to our star.
Every single one of those scales came from you, didn't they? You must still be in such pain.
'Tis of no moment, a mere annoyance compared to the dreadful suffering inflicted upon this land and its people.
Albeit brief, my involvement in the Dragonsong War afforded me a glimpse of the myriad sorrows which consumed both dragon and man. Though you were half a world away, such tragedies as befell your kin must have affected you deeply. And yet, you chose to live among men.
In the age when that conflict first bloomed, my choice had already been made. In some distant place, man slew dragon, and dragon slaughtered man. Yet no hate could I muster for those smiling faces which did look to me for guidance.
Yeah, like people kill each other. People and dragon kill each other there, but those are not my people. Why should I take it out on my people?
Not even my brother's righteous rage could rally me to his cause. I huddled here, secret and still, hoping against hope that which I had built would remain untouched by the chaos and carnage.
Twould seem we share the same desire for peace, great Vritra. To that end, I wonder if we might trouble you with another question. The Telophoroi are intent on recreating the final days, an apocalyptic event which we know to predate the sundering of the star. As the longest lived among us, know you aught of this terrible cataclysm?
Nay. When war and strife drove my sire from his home, he crossed the great expanse with only our unhatched eggs as company. He alighted upon a shattered source, its 13 reflections long since scattered beyond the rift.
Wait. You guys know about that? Huh. You guys know about that, huh? The truth of this world. You guys know. Interesting.
Of events preceding his arrival, he knoweth naught, save that which Hydralin hath deigned to disclose.
I see. So again, 'tis the inscrutable Hydaelyn to whom you must look for answers.
Seek you to divine the will of this star? If so, I have a tale which may afford you some small comfort.
Can we dress your wounds first?
From my youth, many, many years ago. To my sire, I once posed the question, of all the stars in the sky, why didst thou settle upon this one?
Like, that open wound is not... It's not... I can't. You need healing!
To which Midgardsormr did reply, "'Twas the last bastion of hope. He believed so long as Hydaelyn endured, so too might dragonkind. Solemn and portentous were his words. What deeper meaning they held, I could not, dared not pursue. 'Tis a stone I've left unturned ever since."
Curious.
Yet take you solace in the knowledge that whatsoever Hydaelyn does strive towards, 'tis an ideal which hath earned my sire's conviction.
Thank you, Vritra. You've given us warm reassurance in a world gripped by cold uncertainty.
It's rare for Y'shtola to speak like this sentimental, but I always like it when she does it.
While I'm sure we all have a great many questions, I think it's time we collect the talismans and be on our way. Our fight against the Telophoroi is far from finished.
We must take our leave, but please do inform us if we can provide any further assistance.
Prithee, a moment.
Go on.
There is one whom my sire hath judged worthy of honor and respect. The one known to men as Eorzea's champion. This hero of renown and rumor, 'tis thee.
Yes, I am the Eorzea's champion, the one whose hair is clipping through his hood, well, her hood in this case, but go on. Midgardsormr and I crossed paths, yes.
I knew it to be so. From man and dragon alike have I learned of thine exploits. 'Twas a revelation most pleasing that thou, a child of man, had gained Midgardsormr's trust. But alongside mine elation runneth a rivulet of dread.
What does a rivulet mean? I'm gonna have to look that up. Rivulet. A streamlet. A small stream or brook. I see.
For upon thy life's reel wind too many threads of fate, power, weal enmeshed with woe. Amidst this tangled knot thou shalt know no rest. 'Tis an endless confluence of forces, a struggle without surcease.
Unless I don't pay for my sub. Then I know rest.
More terrible still is the attrition wrought upon thy companions, as they are swept up in the storm of thine existence.
Mm-hmm. Ice Heart, Moonbreather. Paparimo. Minfilia. Where's Harshaphant? There we go. Fuck you. Fuck you. I knew that was coming, and I knew that was going to be the last one, but still, fuck you.
Take heart and protect them well. They will be your strength and your salvation. The hope thou wilt need come the end. Even cowering behind my curtain, I know the suffering of the powerful. I have watched my siblings driven mad by loss. Thus do I exhort thee to spare no effort to keep thy loved ones safe.
Ah, apologies. We hadn't meant to interrupt.
It's just that we do have a history of suddenly collapsing, and when you didn't follow us out...
I like how they're so casual. Oh, she must have passed out again. As we all do, randomly. Because of cosmic reasons.
'Tis I who must apologize. I have detained your champion overlong with idle chatter. Go. At war's end, I pray I welcome thee back into my hall, where together with thy joyful comrades, you may toast your triumph.
It's a promise. Though all these gold Indian colored architecture is not to my liking. It's a bit too shiny, but sure. It's a promise. Not gonna pass up on a good meal. Cosmic Roofie indeed. Any one of the gods can be like, okay, we need our champion, so... well, let's just knock her out. Or her friends. Or her friends' friends. As long as we can get her to move. Our apologies again. I hope we didn't force you to conclude your conversation prematurely. Blech. Blech. Words. So, what were you and Rita talking about? Nothing. Well, if you say so. The others have gone ahead to the High Crucible. Let's catch up to them. Like his sister Tiamat, Ritra is possessed of a gentle soul. I'm glad they are on our side. Alphino has a mind to join the others at the High Crucible. Oh god, Archon Loaf. Ugh. The attendant was kind enough to give me directions to the High Crucible. First, let us return to the Mulberry Orchard. Blech. I'm just getting locked up, huh? This outfit is just something. I really like it. I'm pretty sure in one of the shops they're gonna be like dyeable version, but I do like the purple, so might just go for the dungeon version. I understand the mulberries are for the silkworms, grown a stone's throw away from the satrap's residence. It gives the quintessential Tavnarian flair, don't you think? But where are my Tavnarian onions? That's what that's what I need. Like, this boy isn't gonna limit break himself. From here, we're supposed to follow the path left and past the mulberries. Yeah? Over yonder? What are you two talking about? Business has taken a real hit with what, you know, everything. Now, the boss is threatening to fire us. I certainly envy those in Kazal's operation. They're treated decently. Ah, job issues, huh? I feel ya. I feel ya. The word Yuj apparently means bind in the local tongue, and this district is so named because it connects all others in the city. If we manage to come this far, we shouldn't have trouble finding the High Crucible, or so I was told. Where the street turns, enter the door straight ahead, then descend the steps. I thought the Crystarium was confusing, but it doesn't compare to Radzahan. The architecture and decorations make it even harder to get your bearings. I know. Anyway, let's see where this door takes us. Let us. It's a good thing that I'm the only one with a map, apparently. Hello, little Popoto. Goodbye, little Popoto. Yellow. Yeah, it seems we're on the right track. And here is the Aetheryte Plaza. So far so good, and there isn't much further to go. From here we just need to cross to the other side of the hall, then pass through the larger of two doorways. The High Crucible lies beyond. I suspect the others have already collected the warding skills. Come, let us join them. Let us. Can I finally... Can I? Expanding House of Splendors. What is this? Is it a crafter's thing? Do I have to be a crafter for this one? Yes. Oh, you must be Almia. Mistress Rowena told me all about... Oh no. Says you're quite the renowned blacksmith. Yeah. Name is of Pilona, by the way. The mistress charged me with managing her Radzahan branch. Looking forward to doing business with you. How did you get here already, Rowena? Why can't I just run away from you? Why? Why? Leave me be, woman. What do we have here for script exchange? Ununified... Oh, it's just... oh, it's different now. Oh, I like this. This is the carpenter, forge soft. Let's see how it looks. Because this is what I'm gonna get eventually. Huh. That looks... eh. Honestly, I'd rather stick with my regular glamour. It's, you know... it's easy on the eyes. I'll take it for the stats though. What else we have here? Splendor Swender. What do you sell? Fieldcraft items. Ooh, I'm gonna need these for the hidden nodes. Materia Melder, Materia Vendor, Samus, Collectible Appraiser, yeah. The usual. Yeah. Fahruet. Luxurious paper. Gold salmon roe, leech. Oh, leech. Let's have some. Just in case I'll fish. Oh yeah, I should have gone to the Mehane. Right. Let's go. If it's an inn, as I'm suspecting it to be, I want to see how does it look inside. Mehdi's Meyhane. Yep. This absolutely looks like a Meyhane. They might eventually put some belly there. Well, I mean, I guess. The dancer class, at least, right? No belly dancers, but we do have dancers. What are you looking at? Triple threat, really? I just wanted to buy some drinks. Guild ship hunt. What do you have? What do you have for me? The same as the other one, okay. Let's speed things up a bit. Not that one, not that one. Where's my... That one. Movement speed increase. More dancers. I mean, I got one here. Where did I put her? There it is. Though my dancer doesn't look like a dancer. This one's a warrior, combat dancer. Yellow. What an immense laboratory. How many such places were enlisted to help forge the warding scales, I wonder? I mean... Jesus! Colorful. Muchos colorful. What are those? What's over there? Okay. They weren't kidding when they said high crucible. Swift work without sacrificing quality. That's our motto here at the High Crucible. Huh. Estinian? As I heard it, after you defeated Nidhogg, his scales found their way into the hands of the firmament's artisans. Steeped in power as they are, it's no surprise that they were coveted. Still, it is a strange legacy for the vengeful worm. High Crucible. Yeah, dude. I'm quite well now, I assure you. As they say, the stronger the taste and stranger the color, the more effective the remedy. With my body trying to replenish the ether I spent, however, I'm feeling rather famished. I think a sampling of the local delicacies is in order. Hamza cuisine would be a good place to start, perhaps. The students have previously turned Razadhan alchemists for help with the analysis of various artifacts. This is how I became acquainted with the Nidhana. I'm glad we could rescue her and pray she makes a full recovery. Indeed. Excellent. You're in time to hear the latest good news. Which are? We are last, of course, but at least we found the place.
These are the talismans we were promised. Yes, and I made a quick count. There are far more than we could have hoped for.
Oh yes, thank you. We need those.
Enough to outfit an entire company of soldiers, in fact. Considering the involved process, that they were able to manufacture so many in such a short span of time is nothing short of a miracle.
Okay, since you're talking about the process as if you know, I'm assuming we know how to make them as well. That's fine with me.
Once we have distributed them to our allies in Eorzea and the Far East, we'll have a fighting chance to bring down the other spires, just as we did with the Tower of Zot.
It's not gonna go that easy.
Or we could use them to invade Garlemald proper, and strike directly at the Telophoroi's base of operations.
Choices.
Of course, we would need to consult with various alliance leaders before such a drastic measure could even be contemplated. To which end, I could set out forthwith and present the idea to each of our allies in person.
Pray allow me to undertake some few of those journeys. I find myself restless and in need of purposeful duties.
I can head eastward. Bosnia and Dalmasca are just a short hop from here. And Doma's shinobi network should come in handy for passing on the word.
We shall share the burden then. Meanwhile, I think it best that you and the others take the talismans back to the Baldessian Annex. We must keep them safe and secure until we've decided upon a course of action.
You say that, but what if Charleons, like, take them?
Please, I must speak with you.
Oh, you're fine. You recovered.
Nidana, you're awake.
Yes. When I spoke with the carer at my bedside, she told me that one of the scions, a young woman, had cleansed me of the tower's corruption. It seems I'd been asleep ever since the treatment. But when I awoke and learned you were all still here, I knew I had to come.
As you said, Nidana was captured only recently. Such a brief exposure is swiftly cured, so I tended to her before we gathered at Megaduta.
And I am truly grateful that you did. I cannot thank you enough. All of you, for everything you've done. Destroying the tower, rescuing our people. You've saved Thavnair from an awful fate.
Yes! Gratia, come on. Ah, even
Yet
Estinian.
who has truly saved whom? Due in no small part to thine inspirational courage, the alchemists were successful in reproducing warding scales of proven efficacy.
Efficacy.
Replications of thy work now stand ready to travel across the seas, unto the hands of those who might wield them against this rising evil.
The talisman? Is this true?
'Tis so. Look.
Oh, I was so groggy from sleep. I didn't even think to ask. Oh, our great work sent across the seas. It was worth it. Oh, it was all worth it.
Oh. Ah, the bloom.
Look at that. Its color is completely changed.
This is a bloom that reacts to emotions, so... Now that it's changed color, I guess it's reacting to her emotions. Is it relief, joy? Which one is it?
What do you have there? How unusual. I wonder if the effect is a reaction to Akasha.
Akasha? What's that?
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that term. Akasha? It is one of the unseen energies defined by Harnish alchemical theory. Though a gross oversimplification, some describe it as an essence influenced by feelings.
You imply that it is distinct from ether?
Foreign scholars often conflate the two, but we see them as separate concepts.
Yeah, makes sense. Like, I haven't seen ether carry emotions heavily.
Ether is an energy which permeates the land. It exists within animals, objects, even the air we breathe, affecting all through which it flows. Akasha, on the other hand, exists in a domain beyond our reach. A gift bestowed from on high, or torn from the heavens in some traditions. Akasha can neither be created nor destroyed. It is beyond our power to purposefully alter or manipulate.
Okay, but can we cut the camera away? This is blinding me.
The only thing observed to influence it is an abundance of, I want to say, spiritual emotion. As a veteran of the battlefield, surely you've experienced moments of desperation or exaltation when you've transcended the usual limits of your capabilities.
Yes, we call those a limit break.
That is a manifestation of Akasha, the invisible essence harnessed by heart, mind, and unyielding spirit.
I really must hear more about this theory. Our disciplines are based entirely upon the idea that ether is the fundamental form of all energy.
I'm glad my haphazard explanation has piqued your interest. But even for us, Akasha is a somewhat abstract field of study. A lack of practical application lends itself poorly to formalized research.
Y'shtola, when she hears something that she does not know, teach me. Girl is hungry for knowledge.
Which is why my analysis of your flower can amount to little more than idle speculation. I am sorry.
Nonsense! You have nothing to be sorry for. Your insight is much appreciated.
Shall we depart for Sharlayan then? I will see to it that the talismans arrive at the annex.
So obviously, towards the end bits of the X-Pack, there are gonna be times where we're in the nest of evil, and that flower will change colors into the darker evil tones. That's a given. That's gonna happen, right?
We will be in touch once our talks are concluded. I suggest you rest while you can. From here onward, sleep is bound to be in short supply.
And then with the usual anime style, we're just gonna overpower that and then change the color into brighter colors again. With the power of friendship and love. Then again, this game does love throwing curveballs at. Okay. Alright, we had a little bit of a hiccup there for some reason. Anyways, I'm gonna try and attune to this again. Please. Ah! Fine. I'll have to come back here again later. I hate this. Why? Why are we still here? Just to suffer. Shoot. Alright. Oh, right, before I forget, there was a vista here that I did not take. To the vista we go. I can listen to this BGM all day. The night version is just... Mwah. Okay, where was that again? Where was the vista point? Over here, I think. Ah, there it is. Can we? Up, up. What are you looking at? Yeah, the waves, huh? I have to get on it, huh? There we go. Slash lookout. Yes, we have looked out. Looking out achieved. To the annex. Okay, why are these two having a stare down here? Are you okay? Are you two okay? Was I not supposed to go in here? Did I get distracted by the bunnies staring into each other's eyes? Apparently I did. Quick before people spawn. It's good to be back, and with the fruits of our labor safely in storage. For now, we have but to wait for the others to return from their respective meetings with the Alliance leaders. As Tancred suggested, you should get some rest in the meantime. I might. Welcome back, Almia. Kryl has apprised me of your recent accomplishments. What an amazing feat to eliminate a tower and pave the way to deal with the rest. While it isn't much, I've changed your sheets and plumped up your pillow. You know, that plumped up pillow means a lot. As someone who sleeps on a flat-ass pillow, that means a lot. After all, there's nothing like collapsing in a nice clean bed after completing a major milestone, be it penning a thesis or defeating deformed entities. So would you like to take a look at your new and improved lodgings now? Yes. Yeah, dude. Cutscene time. Oh, it's reverted back to regular. So it's not a permanent.
Take heart and protect them well.
Hold up, is this going into a... Oh no. We're gonna end up making a heroic sacrifice, huh?
Good, you're here. You haven't eaten yet, have you? We've bought quite a spread if you're interested. Only the finest dining from the last stand.
Burger.
Lest you wonder, we invited Estinian as well. But he refused with a rather grim-faced, "No, thank you." I suspect Charlian cuisine is not to his liking.
No, thank you.
Oh, I don't know about that. Perhaps our lone wolf just needed some time apart.
What? To perfect his brooding stare? Next time, I'll drag him out by the ear, sit him down in front of a Charlian feast, and see that he eats every last bite.
I love how Gratia is just casually eating.
Warriors must take proper meals and rest if they are to maintain a healthy constitution.
Poor Estinian, beset on all sides.
Speaking of one's physical condition, Mistress Quile, I hear you recently played literal host to Heidelin herself.
And what an experience that was. Tiring, yes, but no lasting harm done. If anything, I should have liked to speak with her longer. I've not felt a hint of her presence since.
Heidelin instructed you to carry that flower, yes? Twill be your guide, test and proof of your conviction. And then something about seeking joy in darkness, was it? Come to think of it, isn't that what happened with Nidana back in Radzat-Han?
The flower did seem to radiate a joyful glow, as if reflecting the elation we all felt, the relief of a people with renewed hope.
Indeed, and in turn, I felt buoyed by that radiance. 'Twas akin to spotting a beacon and knowing we were on the right path. I know we've not yet triumphed over the Telophoroi, or learned the full breadth of the Forum's plans. But even within the midst of our struggles, we find small moments of joy to sustain us. Rare and hard-won perhaps, but it is this pursuit of happiness that gives us the strength to carry on day after day.
That's a giant cup.
Hey, that's mine.
To the swift the spoils. Though I recall that levitation spell of yours was quick enough.
Only barely. And even at my best, I'm still too slow to wield it effectively in battle. Mayhap I simply require more practice with this new magic.
You unearthed it from the depths of Numenon, I presume?
Aye, and from a veritable mountain of arcane tomes at that. 'Twas necessary to facilitate my solitary explorations.
Or, to put it simply, you used it to sneak around the Forbidden Archives.
Yes, well, after a fashion. They're tall, you see. The shelves, they're too tall for me. And I could hardly move the library's platforms without attracting attention now, could I?
moon! Are we pushing on until dawn? Shall we call it a night? You do know these are my quarters? Yeah, let's go with some banter.
Why else did you think we were here? Surrender to thy fate, O champion.
Well, shit. A green, huh? Oh no, my friend, my enemy.
Ah! Enjoying the bracing cold, I see. Do you not own a warm coat or a cloak? Something in fur? Or fashioned from the skins of your enemies? Or... well, never mind that. I come to you once more as the bearer of bad news. Our tower in Thavnir has been toppled, and I need not tell you by whom. Given how many we have at our disposal, the loss of a single spire is hardly fatal to our plans. It does, however, slow the rate at which we siphon ether. If they continue to preoccupy themselves with the towers, then all will be well. But should our foe prove bold enough to strike at us here, then the timing becomes... questionable.
Well, I guess we're striking them then.
Our foe is bold enough. Of that, I can assure you.
Yes, very well then. I suppose I must prepare a proper welcome. Honestly, talk of your nemesis is the only thing you seem to enjoy. Does nothing else spark your interest?
No. All else is... equal. Equally tedious. Equally disappointing. The world is a tepid bog into which we sink, too weak to thrash as the mud clings to our eyes and fills our throats till we blissfully choke.
I know that feel.
But then came the light, blinding and pure and hot, so very hot, enough to set my soul aflame. I basked in the afterglow until the void yawned once more, and then I knew the muck would never claim me again. There was naught for me ahead, so I drew the curtain on all that had come before. Burn. Burn. Let the whole star burn. I will have my contest. I will reclaim my moment.
You don't have to do this just to have a duel with me. Just ask and I'll kick your ass again. I've done it before. I'll do it again.
How wonderful that the emptiness of death has not dissuaded you from committing your life to its pursuit once more. I don't know whether to envy you or pity you.
You question my disinterest, but what of yours? Despite your noisome antics, I sense you take little pleasure in this endeavor.
Mercy, my lord. Such pointed barbs from one who barely acknowledges my existence. Nevertheless, you are mistaken. For I do find this part somewhat enjoyable. You see, when I was mortal, I would always have the same dream. It was a fragmented thing, disjointed, all the faces incomplete. The setting, too, was unknown to me. So I thought it simply a fantasy of my sleeping mind.
But then...
Until one day, I realized it was showing me the truth. Much as your dream of the final days enlightened you. And soon, very soon, the rest of the world will see the truth of my dream, too. Yes, I think that is something we can both enjoy.
Come on, you can do it. There we go. You can load. I believe. I believe. Let's get some repairs, by the way. While waiting for the NPCs to load. There we go. I hope you didn't mind us barging into your room for our late night feast. For what it's worth, it did me a world of good to put our troubles to one side, if only for a moment. Pewter weapon coffer. Oh, there you are. Feeling refreshed, I hope. I was about to make my way to the stadium as it happens. I wanted to try and speak with Scholarch Montaigne and take him for coming to our rescue in the rostra. As it turns out, he'd come to see us following the hearing, only to find out we'd already departed for Down Air. Knowing him, he was probably hoping to chew the chud on his former students. Since we're still waiting for Y'shtola and the others, I thought now the perfect time to pay him a visit. Care to join me? Mayhaps? I do like that old boy. Then it's settled. The twins will be coming too, assuming Alphino can't tear himself away from his new toys. I'll let you rally the troops while I go on ahead to the phenomenon. Considering my recent impropriety, perhaps I should avoid showing my face around the stadium for a time. That might be for the best. If the others should return, tell them we will not be long. Sound the bell, school's in. How's the trading going? If Father can master these fiendish contraptions, then so can I. Heading out for a stroll? We're gonna go visit an old man. Scholarich himself was here. In that case, what are we waiting for? I too am eager to see him, though I somehow dread the thought of visiting the stadium. I dare say our notoriety precedes us. Alphino, of all people, worrying over his reputation, and at our alma mater no less. Will wonders never cease? You'll understand soon enough. Off we go. Off we go. I think I'll pop that sword coffer on, weapon coffer on Paladin instead, since we already got the dungeon weapon. Now, before I move any further, let me quickly go get some tea. Be right back. And so I return with tea. Sweet, sweet, bitter tea. It only feels like like only yesterday that I first walked through these doors. See that sculpted picture above the entrance? That's the mark of Taliak, the scholar, bearer of the waters of knowledge. It's no exaggeration to say that Sharlayan itself is one enormous shrine to him, and that's especially noticeable here in Stadium. What? Where's the picture? That? Anyways. Here it is, phenomenon. While I expect you made note of it before, one can hardly miss it. This is the first time you've been here on official business, correct? While most of the space is taken up by the expansive auditoriums, it also houses numerous laboratories, testing grounds for experimental magics, and a host of administrative offices and so forth. As the center of what would later become the Stadium, it was established to promote the study of eterological phenomena, hence the name. Though with ether being a fundamental aspect of nature, its scope expanded to include every conceivable facet of life, and even the universe itself. And then, in the 432nd year of the 6th Astral Era, boy, I'm bad with like history even in real life. Phenomenon was decreed complete, and the Stadium officially opened as a place of learning. With a long and storied history, it is without question the world's leading authority in eterology, the arcane, the occult, astromancy, and the and countless other fields, standing proud as Sharlayan's foremost educational institute. Were you just like reading from a pamphlet or something? Ah, he's practiced. He always did enjoy giving the grand tour to new students. Indeed, I've long since lost track of how many times he has recited the same foppish speech. Such is his undying love for his old stamping ground. He was in top form back then. Youngest to enter the studium, graduated with highest honors in magical arts and meteorology, undisputed champion of the debating chamber. Hold on, you both joined the studium at the same age, yes? And from where I stand, you're equally prodigious scholars. Nice of you to say, but Alphino actually entered half a year before me. Nor did I do well enough to graduate with honors. And I am certainly not the studium's most notorious master debater. In all respects have I ever been in his shadow. If nothing else, just remember that this was where the legend of Alphino Levelier began. We should expect everyone to be fully aware of our recent escapades. Hopefully, we'll be somewhat more welcome here than we were at the last stand. I know better than anyone the adoration the student body has for Alphino, and with a bit of luck, it might work to our advantage. Hey, he's an idol around these parts, huh? Well, there is no time like the present. First things first, let's look for Scholarage Montaigne. Other faculty tend to frequent their offices, but unfortunately for us, he's fond of wandering wheresoever his whims take him. Let's split up and ask the students if they've seen him. Yellow. Where's the student? Upstairs or something? Excuse-moi. Ah, there it is. It didn't spawn in, huh? Hello there. That was Alphino Levelier, wasn't it? The Alphino Levelier. That he's with his sister and Master Baldazian's granddaughter. This can only mean one thing. An event of epoch-shattering proportions is fast approaching. Spread the word! Oh, sorry. You said you're looking for the Scholarage, yes? Knowing him, he could be anywhere, but Mr. Aliapa should have a better idea. Aliapa? That name sounds familiar to me. Hello there. Are you lost? Wandering off the street, perhaps? Wait, don't tell me. You're a trainee gleaner fresh off the guild ship. I'm right, aren't I? Oh, how silly of me. An orientation is in order. Allow me to bid you a warm welcome to Searcher's Meet. Let me start with a question. What is the most important thing you'll find in the studium? That's right! Books! And what's the most second important? Why, that's simple. Everything else. That's what we deal here in Searcher's Meet. Whenever the students or tutors find themselves in need of equipment and materials, they come to us. If we don't have it in our stores, we send the gleaners off to find it. Honestly, you wouldn't believe some of the requests we get. Eye of Paisa this, tongue of Gigantode that. It's enough to make your hair stand on the end. Which is possibly what some of our students are trying to accomplish, this being a school of magic and all. As our newest gleaner, you'll have your work cut out for you, but I'll think you'll find it quite rewarding. The only thing I'm interested in gleaning is information on the Scholar Arts whereabouts. Yeah, I'll go with that. I beg your pudding? No, my pudding is fine. Mine. Get your hands off of it. You're not a gleaner. Then this was all an elaborate ruse? No, wait. Come to think of it, you never actually claimed to be one in the first place. My mistake. He was here, but now he's not. I did speak with him shortly before you arrived, though. He said he was on his way to Maker's Meet. Go back the way you came in, and you'll see it on the opposite side of the entrance. It's a laboratory of sorts, home to many rare and expensive curios. Not to mention alarmingly frequent accidents. If you lose your way, just follow the blood-curdling screams. In the time it's taking me to tell you all of this, the Scholarage has probably already left. Best of luck finding him. I have a feeling you need it. Just follow the blood-curdling screams, huh? I can do that. Aliapo. I know this name. Is it one of the squadron members I have? I think so. Hello? Yes, the Scholarage was here a short while ago. He offered me advice on my current research project. Though we spoke at length, I don't recall him mentioning where he was planning to go next. When we parted ways, he went down the corridor, perhaps to one of the auditoriums. I can't believe I'm chasing an old man. Okay, first of all. And second of all. Shoot.
I remember you.
I remember you.
I pray we have not caught you at an inopportune moment. We wanted to offer our thanks for your kind words in the forum.
Well, I could hardly let that inquisition go unchallenged. I've always believed that curiosity should be nurtured, not stifled. Thankfully, a majority of my colleagues agreed. A slender majority, aye, but a majority nonetheless.
Had the vote not gone our way, we would be having a very different conversation, if any at all. Though I'd like to think you would have not given up on our cause. I'm told you paid a visit to the annex afterwards.
Yes, that's right. I was hoping to speak with the grandchildren of my dearly departed friends Galuf and Louisoix in a less dour setting. But it seems I just missed you. I still can't believe how much you've grown. If only your grandsires could have seen the way you presented yourselves to the Forum. Why, it fair brought a tear to my own eye. You must have the patience of a saint, putting up with this lot and their antics. Never mind Matoya's prize student. Luckily, I know a thing or two about managing unruly younglings. If you ever need advice, don't hesitate to ask.
If I may, there is a rather more pressing matter we wish to discuss. What can you tell us of this duty that the Forum must fulfill?
Nothing, I'm afraid. Like all humble servants of the Forum, I am sworn to secrecy. Or rather, I couldn't tell you if I tried. Our duty is of the gravest importance.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Furthermore, if the particulars were made public, it would incite widespread panic.
Like, during the trial as well, someone tried to talk about it and then got stifled for some reason. They couldn't speak. So there's probably like some magical oath going on.
As such, those entrusted with this duty have been bound by an enchantment, which prevents us from speaking of such matters without the express permission of the Forum.
How is that even possible?
It's been some time since I last gave a lecture. Please, take a seat.
Now open up your textbooks.
We shall begin by reviewing the fundamentals of etherology. The ether, which imbues us with life, can be categorized into 3 forms. 2 are of the incorporeal sort, the soul and the memory. Can anyone tell me the 3rd?
Do I get to? Oh no. Oh no. I mean, if the other 2 are incorporeal, this has to be corporeal, right?
Yes. Very good. This is the form with which the layman is most familiar. Consumed by even the simplest of daily activities and replenished by the food and drink that sustain us, this form of ether is in constant flux.
Hold up. You're telling me corporeal ether is ATB? Okay. I'm down with this.
In contrast, the ether that comprises the soul is rarely subject to dramatic change. The same can be said for memory, as the 2 are intrinsically linked. Picture the soul as paper, and memories as words written upon it. Now, what would happen if that paper was doused with ink? The same type of ether as comprises the memories.
Overload. Lose its meaning.
It would blot out everything that was written.
Precisely. We would be unable to recall the memories, and any activities that depend upon them would be hindered as well.
I should have entered this cutscene as a scholar.
In fact, this exact phenomenon was observed on a vast scale not so long ago. And what might that have been?
I know. It's the fact that people cannot remember the faces of Warriors of Light after the 6th Calamity.
The 7th Umbral Calamity.
7th. I told you I'm bad with numbers when it comes to history.
The people of Eorzea vividly recall Bahamut breaking free of the Lesser Moon and raining hellfire down upon the realm.
Yeah, but no one remembers the faces of the Warriors of Light.
But no one could seem to remember the events that followed immediately afterwards.
Indeed. To this day, we have yet to determine whether it was an unintended consequence or a deliberate act. The enchantment which binds me and the rest of the Forum is based on a similar principle. And yes, it is a contravention of the Sharlayan prohibition against the practice of memory manipulation. Only when a new member is inducted and told of our great duty are they subjected to the process. A necessary evil. You have my word that it would never be used to manipulate the populace?
Doubt.
I should hope not. But can this enchantment be dispelled and your memories restored?
If 9/10 of our members give their approval, then the process may be reversed. Then, and only then, would we be able to speak freely to others of our sacred duty. Barring that, we must wait until we return to the ethereal sea. For there we will be purified, the blots upon our souls washed clean. And our memories drift apart and dissolve, rather defeating the purpose, I suppose. But there are those memories that are indelibly etched upon our souls, some believe.
What happens after that?
We are reduced to pure ether, coalesce with that of others, and create souls anew.
Back into the live stream with you.
Alternative schools of thought assert souls remain whole and return to the corporeal world, reborn into another form. Both theories have their proponents. Personally, I consider each equally probable.
Why are you so shocked?
Well, I think that's enough education for today, now that I've given you some food for thought. Or rather, an entire banquet.
What did she notice that I did not? Why is she so shocked?
I would remind you that although I'm unable to assist you with certain matters, the resources at my disposal may still be of use to you.
Oh.
I'll arrange for you all to be given the run of Phenomenon. Of course, as associate to our alumni and the students of Baldessian, this privilege is extended to you as well, my friend. Oh, and I suggest you speak with Ki Aliapo. She's well known among the artisans of Sharlayan, and her network of contacts may prove useful in your search for knowledge. I wish you all the best in your pursuits, wheresoever they may take you.
Well, it makes sense considering she was giving us the rundown as a new gleaner. She probably knows a lot of gleaners and knows where they go. What is this, Dark Souls? Oh? What do you mean? Okay, you can wait. I'm gonna go check this out. Because this is the crafter stuff. And every time you mention crafting, my eyes just glow. Hello? It's you! You're the one who Scholars was telling us about. Almia, yes? Yep. The one and only. Brilliant! Just the woman I was hoping to see. As I'm sure you're aware, the Studium is the most prestigious educational institution in all of Sharlayan. As such, we make a point of only working with the best educators and students. The gleaners we employ are also held to the same high standards, of course, which is perhaps why it has been so difficult to find the assistance we need of late. Surely you understand the trouble of finding competent and capable help. That you are come here suggests you're willing to lend a hand, no? I'm certain you would have much to gain from working with us if so. Do let me know should you commit to lending your services to the Studium. I should warn you, however, there is much I explain ere you begin, so please be certain you have sufficient time to spare. Oh, this is gonna be a long one, huh? Now, allow me to explain our work here. Professors and students from our many faculties gather in Searchers Meet in order to do business with and recruit reputable individuals such as yourself. Allow me to briefly introduce those here at present. Here we have Boric from the Faculty of Archaeology. He works as an assistant to one Professor Rurusha and is currently seeking a skilled metal worker to help restore an ancient relic. Hi, yes, I am a specialist blacksmith. Yeah, that would be me. Then there's Jude, who belongs to Faculty of Astronomy. He seems to be looking for an artisan able to work with leather, cloth, or wood. But he wouldn't tell me much more than that. He's awfully shy, you see. Well, I am also a good carpenter, and a leather worker, and a weaver. In fact, I'm a specialist weaver. Next, we have De Broy, a student studying in the Faculty of Medicine. I'm fairly sure she's carrying out research under the supervision of Professor Galvarosh. In any case, I hear she's after someone who knows a thing or two about medicine and nutrition. I'm also a skilled alchemist and culinary. Would you look at that? And here's Hinageshi of the Faculty of Anthropology. She told me she's searching for botanists and miners at the present. By the sounds of it, she and Professor Tankin are dealing with a formidable task. Would you look at that? I just got my sky tool for my miner. Last but not least, this is Professor Talakatia, an associate professor, an associate professor in the Faculty of Etherology. I heard he's in the need of a fisher to help him conduct research for his thesis. Would you look at that? I'm level 87 fisher. Unfortunately, things do not seem to be progressing well for him at the moment. Why did saying professor just, tackle me so much? I'd say those five are the ones most in need of supplementary aid. I'll leave it to your discretion as who you choose to help. Although, be forewarned, academics can be something of an odd bunch. Just be sure not to leave anyone in the lurch after you agree to help them. It's okay, I can help them all. You may now undertake deliveries at the Studium. Speak to those belonging to the institution's various faculties to learn what ails them. What ails you, friend? I feel like something's supposed to be loading here. There you go. Yeah, I'll do that later, off stream. It's gonna be crafting, gathering. Come on. I got my shiny pickaxe. I'm ready for this. Look at that. Anyways. Back to story. While Scholar Arch Montaigne is best known for his role as the head of Studium, he is said to be one of the finest mages Charlian has ever produced. Having seen for myself the ease with which he weaves extraordinarily complex and powerful magics, I have no reason to doubt the claim. Some of my earliest memories are of Scholar Arch Montaigne actually. He was a close friend of our grandfather. He would come for tea and amaze us with his tricks, much like his demonstration with the paper and ink. He's a huge part of why I wanted to enter the Studium in the first place. Cute. Well, that's given me much to mull over. I feel as though we're one step closer to understanding the forum's true motives, and the mysteries of life itself for good measure. It's funny, I came here with the intent of expressing my gratitude, only to leave more in depth than before. I have a feeling his friendship and support will be a great boon to us in the days to come. And on that note, let's head back to Annex. Perhaps on the way, we could better acquaint yourself with the Aliapos as the scholars suggested, while I share our findings with Raha. About that, I already went and done that. I've already become speed on that. Okay, where do we go? To there. A capital idea! A capital idea, my good sir. Come on, then. Man, I wanna fish so hard, but I don't have access to the maps. Okay, first of all. Really? Very well. Do I have to go inside for Graha? No, it says main hall. Well, main hall entrance, you blind bat! Estinian returned not long after we departed for Studium. A shame that he missed the chance to attend our lecture with the Scholarage. Or perhaps not. Having spent most of time in Tanea, I've yet to fully grasp the lie of the land here in Sharlayan. Even finding my way to the Annex provided a challenge. You'd better not let your guard down around Key. One small favor becomes another, and then another, and before you know it, you'll be running to the other side of the world in search of a bottle of wine or some other rubbish. Then again, it might make for a welcome change of pace from your usual heroics. As the Scholarage said, it could also lead to interesting discoveries. It seems I've done an adequate job of relaying Scholarage Montejane's lecture to Raha. Given his experiences in the field of souls and memories, he had no trouble understanding it. Indeed. Ah, welcome back. From what I hear, your trip to the Studium proved most educational. While you were away, I received word from our fellow Scions. As expected, news of the warding skills was met with much joy. Preparations are now underway to bring the leadership of the Grand Company of Eorzea and the Eastern Alliance together to determine a way forward. Our friends have asked that we bring the scales in our possession to Limsa Laminsa. So the time has come for us to go on the offensive. It's too early to say for certain, but that does seem to be the way the winds are blowing. I, for one, can think of no reason to oppose such a plan, but let us see what awaits us in Wildbrand. Let's start by getting the scales out of storage. Give me a hand, would you, Estinian? And they're stolen, right? Okay, they're not, dang. Good. Thank. Phew, I didn't realize these crates were so heavy. I shouldn't complain though. Ritra and the alchemists of the Great Work put their heart and soul into each and every one of these scales, so you must treat them with utmost care. Are you not coming with us? As much as I would like to escape the Forum's watchful gaze, I've little choice but to stay behind. We are already on thin ice. And if I, in my capacity as our official representative, were found to be consorting with foreign powers, well, you can imagine how that would go. I shall remain here and do my utmost to avoid ruffling any more feathers as I await word from Master Matoya and our other allies. With luck, we'll soon have good news of our own to share. The tide's about to turn. I can feel it. To Limsa Laminsa. To Limsa Laminsa. If you learn aught of interest, be sure to let me know. In the meantime, I will do what I can aid. I'll do what I can to aid our cause, though I fear that will be precious little given the circumstances. Miss K. Enter the command room in Limsa Lominsa. Teleport. Shoop. Lift attendant, where are you? I need you to spawn, boy. Even my animation is not loading. There we go. I was told to expect you. As you may or may not be aware, the Admiral is at present entertaining the Elder Seatsir and the Sultana. 3 of the most powerful women in the world in one room. Do you need a moment to prepare, or shall I show you to them? Take me away, take me away. My apologies for calling you away from Charlene at such notice. On the contrary, we are honored and grateful, and pleasantly surprised to be joined by such esteemed company. It was only right that this discussion be conducted in person. We are locked in a war of attrition. Our forces struggle to contain the threat posed by the towers, and it is only a matter of time before we are overwhelmed. Victory will only be claimed through decisive action, and we have taken the initiative to set the wheels in motion. It is reassuring to learn we are all in accord. But might I ask what your plan entails? It hinges entirely on the warding scales and our ability to utilize their potential to the fullest. During your time in Sharlayan, the allied nations have been engaged on separate fronts with no end in sight. To make the matters worse, a surge in abductions of kobolds, Sahagin, Ixal, and Ananta have given rise to an increasing number of primals as well. But your triumph in Razahan has given us cause to hope once more. It is time has come to free ourselves of this menace. And it is you, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, who have shown us the way. While the bulk of our forces will continue to hold the Telephoroi at bay, we will dispatch our finest to strike at the enemy's heart, Garlemald. These brave few will be the Ilsabad contingent. To think that such progress has been made in so short a span. Its objectives are twofold. The first is to provide aid to the people of Garlemald. As previously reported, countless Imperial soldiers and civilians have been tempered. Robbed of their free will, they serve the Telephoroi's every whim without question. They too are victims, it is our duty to deliver them from their suffering, not for strategic or political gain, but because it is the right thing to do. I do not ask that we set aside the decades of conflict and conquest, that we simply choose to forgive and forget. I ask only that in choosing to remember, we do not also forsake our compassion and morality, for without that, there can be no reconciliation, only deaths without end. Aye, on that we can all agree. Our second objective is the colossal tower that Tancred and Urianger observed in the capital. Though its purpose remains unclear, there is reason to believe the smaller spires are merely a precursor of what's yet to come. Until the Tower of Zot was toppled, we'd failed to make any headway, though the same could be said of the Telephoroi. They are certainly in no rush to press further into our lands. I'd wager the Spire's primary purpose is to divide and keep us occupied, while they work towards our annihilation. This would appear to be substantiated by Y'shtola's analysis of the tower's influence on ethereal currents. Based on our observations inside the Tower of Zot, the spires siphon ether from the land, consuming it to maintain their form. However, they draw forth far more than it is required for this task alone. The excess of ether remains unaccounted for, but we can be sure it is not being harnessed for our benefit. It wouldn't surprise me in the least if it was being redirected to the largest spire in the capital. There is logic in that. Regardless, once we have uncovered the truth, we'll bring their schemes crashing down along with the infernal towers. That's all well and good, but what would you have us do? I assume it's more than handing over the scales and being on our way. We want you and the scales to join the Ilzabad contingent. Consider it an official request from both the Grand Company of Eorzea and the Eastern Alliance. Do you accept? Hell yeah! Perhaps you should be the one to answer that. This is just too selfish. This is acceptable. This is for the people of Garlemald. For the people of Garlemald. Couldn't have put it better myself. Y'shtola, Tancred and Urianger have already pledged their support and are on their way to meet the rest of the contingent. They were positive you would come to the same decision as they did. Luckily for all involved, their prediction was correct. Once you deliver the warding scales to Alamigo, the contingent will embark on its journey to Ilzabad. Raban and Lord Americ are overseeing the preparations, so I suggest you make yourselves known upon arrival. Pack warm clothing, furs and the like. Without it, the cold will do you in before the Telephoroi so much as draw steel. As for us, we'll keep the enemy busy while you're gone. They're not the only ones who can create a diversion. Now go, safe in the knowledge Eorzea will be left. Now go, safe in the knowledge Eorzea will be as you left it, or better, upon your return. Blech. Too much talking! To Alamigo! To Alamigo so I can have more cutscenes. Hello? Oh my god, it's been so long. A map that I can fly in. Yes! Alright, we load it in. Alphino. I'll admit, this is all rather daunting, though not quite in the way I was expecting. We'll be standing shoulder to shoulder with our Alliance finest, the best of the best, the Warrior of Light, and, well, me. It's silly, I know. Perhaps this is my way of distracting myself from the part I should be worried about, marching into Garlemald. I must quiz Tancred and the Urianger on the conditions we can expect in Garlemald. I know it's cold, but how cold? Will I need to keep my ears covered? They can be a bit sensitive at times. Wow, sensitive ears. Lude. If Aymeric asks after me, say I'm getting on fine and leave it at that. Don't you dare breathe a word about the cord. The cord? Ah, fancy meeting you here. I trust our mutual friend is settling into life as a scion. Collaboration was never his forte. The moment the fighting ended, off he'd go, like a galley cat swept up in a strong breeze. But rest assured, he will always be there when you need him. Probably. Probably. You know, I'm quite looking forward to seeing who's been selected for the Ilzabad contingent. I have a few people in mind. Care to make a friendly wager? Dun, dun. Ah, the Wanderers return. You've been busy bringing down a tower and producing the keys to destroying the rest of them. You should be proud. Those warding scales of yours are what made this whole venture possible. Will you and Lord Aymeric be leading the contingent? Regrettably, no. Our role is to organize the various delegations into a cohesive unit. Once we have seen you all off, it's back to our respective posts. We dare not neglect our duties for too long, lest our defensive efforts fall into disarray. And just between us, there was a fair amount of opposition to the formation of the Ilzabad contingent. The very suggestion that we send out some of our finest troops behind the enemy's lines to render aid unto the Gallians has made me rather unpopular in certain quarters. Can't please them all. Sadly not, though I do my best. Truth be told, I'd much rather be at your side, charging into the fray. Alas, I've battles of my own to fight, where words may serve me better than any blade. I hate to say it, but Lord Aymeric's struggles mirror my own. For the time being, the best we can offer you is the peace of mind from knowing Eorzea is in safe hands. As you fight the good fight in Ilzabad, I and the other commanders will do what we can to convince the naysayers that our cause is just. Thank you, both of you. We meet again! Hey! Hold on, I do have a voice for it. I just need to remember. Tell me, much has occurred since we parted ways in worlds. From what I gathered, the protective talismans you obtained led to the formation of this expeditionary force. My contribution on this occasion is but a minor one, that being the information I have shared with Maxima. For the sake of the people of Garlemald, may the fates be on your side. So you're not coming with us? Strange. I thought you'd have a stake in this. I do. The Telephoroi have laid waste to my homeland and enslaved my people. But though every mode of my being cries for vengeance, I cannot be the one to deliver it. My presence alone would place the entire mission in jeopardy. I stand accused of murdering Emperor Varys and plunging Garlemald into chaos. Were I to travel with the Ilzabad contingent, it would give my countrymen ample cause to question our motives. Conversely, those who believe me innocent may instead celebrate the return of a former legatus and attempt to raise me to a position of leadership, further destabilizing the region and complicating the contingent's mission. Whether I am branded a villain or hailed as a hero, I would only hinder your efforts. We will deliver your people from harm in your stead. I doubt they'll be pleased to see the champion of Eorzea set footing on Garlean's soil. I understand world is in your hands. Both 1 and 3 are good. Yeah, I got this. You take that. And I will defend it to my dying breath. After the sacrifices my sons and daughters made, I can do no less. I and the government on Werlit intend to offer refuge to those fleeing Garlemald. Should that time come, we will be ready. Tell me, for whom do you fight? In light of Gaia's rather unique circumstances, I instead will assume the role of your guide. Though I may have defected for political reasons, my love for Garlemald endures. I would stop at nothing to protect her and her people. Well said. Might I ask you to escort our friends inside? You might even bump into an old acquaintance or two. And if I don't see you again ere you depart, may the Fury guide and protect you. All of you. Dun, 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 dun. Come on, load! Load in! Quilton, not you. I suppose it's easy for some people to forget there are civilians in Garlemald, too, when the only Imperials they've ever known are soldiers. I know, right? With the knowledge that our allies will hold the line in our absence, we may devote our attention to the Ilzabardian front. So that's Gaius Balsar. The horrors he must have seen, many of his own making, I do not doubt. Yeah, he unleashed Ultima. Like Gaius, I too stand accused of Varus' murder, though I am rather less recognizable on sight. Still, it's something to bear in mind once we reach Garlemald. I neglected to mention earlier that we received a report from our troops that may be of interest to you. While engaged with a lunar primal, a great worm swooped down from the skies above and came to their aid. This worm, as described, was the spitting image of Tiamat. It would seem she too continues to wage war against Teleforoy. Once we've seen the contingent on its way, I will return to my duties here in Alamigo. As many of our most capable will be traveling with you to Garlemald, we who remain will have the fight that much harder to make up the difference. But let no man say that I do not welcome the challenge. Aye, this old bull isn't ready to hang up his horns yet. Regardless of how my countrymen receive you, the cold will not treat you kindly. Underestimate it at your peril. Oh, are we getting a new outfit? The other members of the Ilzabad contingent are gathered in the royal palace. I shall inform them of your arrival, so please make your way inside as soon as you're ready. I'll get the new outfit and then end the stream for now. I'm curious. The remaining members of the Scions, your friends and most of the Ilzabard contingent await you within. Would you like me to see you through? Yes, please. Take me away. Dun 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 dun.
By the 12.
By the 12. Wow, that's a lot of people.
Glad you could join us. I hope you don't mind, but we went ahead and started without you.
As you can imagine, our traveling companions were eager to become acquainted. 'Tis a rare thing indeed to see such a diverse and talented group of individuals assembled for a single purpose.
This is a very unfortunate camera angle. If you see it, you see it at the back.
We fight not only for the sake of Eorzea, but for the entire world, including the people of Garlemald. Much rides on the efforts of the Ilzabard contingent.
Let's see. I know her, I know her, I know him, I know him. The rest, I don't.
Indeed, which is why I am glad to find myself in the company of many trusted comrades, yourselves included.
Oh, you're coming too.
Lucia.
I have come at the behest of Lord Emmerich, who has honored me with the role of Ishgard's representative. And for the good of all nations, not least my former homeland, I am determined to see this mission through to its end.
I wonder if Fordola is coming as well. I want her to be around.
We have a hard road ahead of us, but walk it we shall, together.
We too welcome this opportunity to work together once more. I have faith that, if there is a way to resolve this conflict, we will find it.
Allow me to introduce you to the rest of our company.
Fordola.
Everyone!
Fordola.
If I may have your attention.
Oh! The Guildmasters are here too. The Crafter Guildmasters are here too. Interesting.
Might I ask you to speak first?
Oh. Oh. These are all like main or side NPCs from class guilds. I saw the Pugilist guild's side character. I saw the Carpenter's Guild main character, leader. Conjurers there. Huh, interesting.
If I must. I am Arun Senna, spokesman for the Gridanian delegation. Here on behalf of my esteemed sister, the Elder Seedseer, we shall provide support and protection to those in need during our time in Garlemald. To that end, I am joined by healers selected by the Conjurers Guild, with the Order of the Twin Adder's Finest serving as our escort. Of course, with an experienced white mage such as yourself accompanying us as well, those requiring more involved treatment will be in safe hands. Raya O sends her regards, by the way.
He is only saying that because I capped White Mage. Is this house going to be? Are they? All of them are gonna be like, oh, you're a good White Mage. Oh, you're a good monk. Oh, you're a great carpenter. Because if they actually do that, I'm gonna be quite happy.
Suppose I'd better say my piece.
Wait, I know you.
The name's Sicard, in case you've forgotten. Truth be told, I'd rather you had forgotten. Any road, the Admiral asked Captain Hilfear to send his best, and for whatever reason, he picked me. Of course, if I'd refused, I'd be the laughingstock of the bloody executioners, and my reputation's taken enough of a keyhauling as it is. But more importantly, like any pirate worth his salt, I know when you're staring down a storm, you gotta trust in the commander of your ship. So if the Admiral wants us to go to Garlemald, not for plunder and glory, but a promise of peace in our time? Then that's what we'll do. Since we all know how much the Empire loves its steel, we thought we'd bring along a few smiths to make the most of it. Give them a pile of scrap and they'll cobble together anything you fancy.
Come on, talk about my accomplishments in Blacksmith Guild, come on.
Of course, just like the Gridanians, we got fighters of our own. We might have come with a more constructive purpose in mind, but we're more than capable of cracking skulls, believe you me.
Believe you me.
Well, you're certainly raring to go. But then again, so are we. The most dependable warriors of Uldar and Alamigo have assembled at the Sultana and General Aldin's behest.
The Popoto Squad.
If Garlemald has truly fallen, then the whole place is likely to be crawling with Telophoroi. We'll need plenty of troops to clear and hold a path for others to follow.
The one in green is from the Pugilist Guild. The two in the back are from Thaumaturge's Guild.
That's where we come in. Naturally, Marshal Tarapin and I will be leading from the front.
It's been some time since I last saw you in your element on the battlefield.
From what I've heard, you've become pretty fearsome yourself. Master Matoya, the Avatar of Destruction. With comrades like these, I know we'll succeed, no matter what awaits us. And then we might finally get a chance to enjoy a good long rest. But until then, let's give it our all.
As for Ishgard, we Temple Knights have come in force to uphold our nation's commitment to the peace and welfare of our allies. The bitter cold of Garlemald is a formidable enemy in of itself. Our experience fighting in ice and snow will prove invaluable in the days ahead. Accordingly, I have been designated commander of the Ilzabard contingent. I will do all in my power to provide you with the leadership and guidance you require. The four high houses, House Hylinart foremost among them, have arranged for a host of machinists to join us on our mission.
Oh, me. I'm also a machinist.
Their knowledge of Imperial Magitech is sure to be a great boon. They will address any problems of a technical nature together with the smiths of Limpsa Lomidsa. There is another awaiting introduction.
You're coming too.
Lord Emanolane?
Ah.
Yes. Emanolane de Forton, at your service. Though, lest there be any misunderstanding, I should stress that I've not become a fearsome warrior while you were away. Rather, far from it, actually. My brother, in his infinite wisdom, decided this would be an excellent chance to make something of myself. Oh, and fight for world peace and all that. But, should the opportunity arise for a spot of ballroom dancing, I will be your twinkle-toed gentleman of light.
At least you'll keep things bright. May your graceful prancing lead the way to victory.
Huzzah! I cannot wait to regale Honoroa with my tales of derring-do.
I believe that concludes introductions for the Grand Company of Eorzea.
So comes the eastern part then.
Our allies from the Eastern Alliance were due to arrive some time ago, but it would appear they have been delayed.
Oh no. Yugiri, what happened to you?
Would that be the shinobi of Doma?
Actually, they've been tasked with relaying messages back and forth between the various eastern nations. According to Lord Hien, however, an equally capable company of warriors has been sent in their stead.
Gosetsu? Gosetsu? Is it Gosetsu?
Out of my way, you preening fool!
That sounds like. The Warriors of the Steppe.
Forgive us for
Endwalker.
coming late. We are the delegates of the Eastern Alliance.
Cyrena, and you've brought company.
For battle and blood we come, as the steppe is sorely lacking in both. No towers befoul our lands, so we marched on those of Doma, only to find them beyond our reach.
There was no fighting in our place, so we went where we're fighting was. Such bloodthirst.
But now our thirst for slaughter will be slaked. No quarter to the enemy!
Sadu Hatun, no. We go to make peace with the Iron Men, not war.
Hatun. Hatun, dur.
Warriors of the
Stop.
steppe.
Cease.
We've heard many tales of your bravery. We welcome you as allies. And these other ones you have brought are...
They're from the Southern Front.
Members of the Dalmascan resistance group, Lente's Tears.
And the Bosnian resistance.
Dema.
Between them, they have a wealth of experience in espionage, and are particularly adept at infiltrating Imperial facilities. Which is fortuitous, since Garlemald's domain is so vast that I could never hope to handle reconnaissance duties all by myself.
Dalmasca, Bosnia, Alamigo. All lands which have suffered the tyranny of the Empire. I would never presume to question your motives. Nevertheless, I must reiterate that our goal is to aid the victims of the Telophoroi, the common folk of Garlemald. And they are victims, make no mistake. Though I understand that many may struggle to see them as such.
You're more right than you know. For every one of us that answered the call, there were a dozen that refused. Not only in Alamigo, but everywhere we went. And who could blame them? The Empire's always been the enemy.
The enemy.
But after seeing what we've seen, fighting and working against and with Garleans, there's no denying the simple truth. They're just people. No different from you or I. They've got their share of liars and murderers, but so do we. So do we all. Fordola, who once swore herself to Garlemald, has proven herself a trusted ally time and time again. Every Eorzean here knows Cid Garland, the Imperial defector who shared with us countless technological wonders.
And I want Fordolo to come with me on this expedition.
Gaius bloody Baelsar himself is working to help rebuild Wurlid, a nation he once conquered.
When Baelsar.
So you can believe me when I say that every fighter here understands and accepts that the Imperials are not monsters and are deserving of help. Or at least that they were able to put aside their feelings for the greater good. It won't be easy. But we're all determined to make this world a better place.
What lingering concerns I may have had were clearly unwarranted. I agree with everything you said wholeheartedly.
Then we are in accord. Now, let us review our strategy. To reach the Garlean capital in northern Ilsabard, we must cross the central mountain range. Fortunately, Garland Ironworks can provide aerial transport, sparing us this most treacherous part of our journey. However, attempting to fly any closer to Garlemald would attract the attention of the Telophoroi. As they appear to have seized control of the majority of the Imperial military, we must assume that includes its fleet. In addition, Garlemald possesses devices that can interfere with airship navigational systems, further discouraging an airborne approach.
Given the circumstances, the closest we dare deploy our contingent is an area between the range and the capital, the Magna Glaciers. From there, we must travel the rest of the way on foot. We will also need to bring the airships with us to ensure we can withdraw with haste. Although much of the terrain will be blanketed in snow, we should be able to make use of local roads and shipping facilities. The vast ice field will afford us an unobstructed view of the surrounding area. On the other hand, it will also allow others to easily spot us. So it is imperative that we only make camp in positions where we can easily defend ourselves. And the airships, which must be kept safe at all costs.
We cannot account for every possibility, so we must be prepared to think on our feet. We will be tested. Sorely tested, I expect. But for our homes and for our people, and a people not our own but in need, we will succeed. Spare no effort in your preparations. Once we depart, there is no turning back.
Oh no. Oh no. I have so many people to talk to. Hey, little son, what's up? With them all, champions of Nadam and the Dotarl having sent so many here, I had thought to defend the steppe in their absence. And I would have done so were it not for my step-brothers. They urged me to grant our allies in the sun's might, that his radiance may deliver them unto victory. Though I must tolerate the presence of this feral Dotali dog, as first among my brothers, I could do no less than accept this challenge. My deeds will become the stuff of legends. I care not for the Iron Men of their troubles. It is the destiny of the weak to die in ignominy. Even so, I will do as I have agreed. I volunteer to join this band at Cyrena's request, and if she thinks it's a worthy cause, that is reason enough. Though we hail from different tribes, our bond has grown strong of late. She is much better company on a hunt than any of the steppes oafish man could dream to be. I am glad to see you well, Almia. Grandmother was worried for you. The night I agreed to come hither and join the contingent, the gods sent her a strange dream. 2 suns, one burning red, the other frozen black. Closer they circled, closer and closer, and as they danced, the world fell into ruin. In blinding chaos, she spied blackened silhouettes, and knew at once that one was yours. Yet we knew not how to interpret this dream, save as a sign that great danger awaits. But whatever lies ahead, I will walk with you, traveler. Once again, we find ourselves fighting on the same side. First Boja, now Garlemald. It may seem strange I'd agree to aid the Imperials after waging war against them for so long, but here I am. It's time we put the past behind us. Okay, that's the steps. Let me have a look at you. A touch nervous to enter the battlefield, perhaps? Well, I shall be out there alongside you as a temple knight, serving with your fine wand. Though I may not look it, I was the Azure Dragoon once upon a time. So you can be rest assured that I will give all that I have in the coming fight. I certainly won't be shown up by you or Estinian. If it isn't Almia, 'tis thanks in no small part to you that the manufactory's future is looking brighter than ever, my friend. I am pleased to report that I and a handful of my colleagues have been selected to join the contingent. Ere the expedition has ended, even the Temple Knights will be singing our machinist's praises, once they have borne witness to not only our mechanical proficiency, but our combat prowess too, of course. Well, well, if I'd known what a social gathering this would turn out to be, I'd have dressed for the occasion. Still, this seems the perfect opportunity to mingle with the other guests. Would I be correct in assuming those ladies over yonder are Serena and Saru of the Steppe? Perhaps I should introduce myself, though I don't much look like... I don't much like the look of that fellow with the enormous axe. Ah, he's a big boy. He's a big fellow. He's a good boy. No. Our prowess has finally been recognized by the Order of the Twin Adder. Naturally, Guidalad is also here helping us. Whilst his ability as a bard is unmatched, I do worry about his judgment. However, you need not. I shall be keeping a close eye on him, I promise. In case you were wondering, Shiva will be staying behind to defend the Twelswoe with my sisters. She was of the opinion she would make a useful addition to our contingent, and was eager to make good on her vow to accompany me as well, which was flattering, but ultimately it was decided that her skills would be better to put use keeping our homeland safe, and I am of course obligated to share with her every detail when I return. I can't lie to you, Almia, I wasn't entirely for this whole thing when Sanson spoke to me, but if it means being your brother in arms, then who am I to pettifog? I shouldn't be so hard on him, I suppose. This bard unit is quite impressive, really. Yes, one must give credit where credit is due. Rather uncouth for one to do otherwise, after all. Greetings, Almia. The time has come for us Marines to show our valor upon the battlefield. All who see us will know our name and quake before our might. To victory, come hells or high water. I'm here representing the Marauders Guild, and it's my job to keep the Smiths out of harm's way. Mind you, with them hammers of theirs, they can put up a fair fight themselves. With a bit of luck, this'll be over and done before you know it. Maybe when this is all over, you could pay the Axemaster a visit. He still tells all the new recruits about the time you killed the Kujata and avenged that boy's parents. I remember it like it was yesterday. Yeah, because I kicked ass as a Marauder. Until the Empire fell, Gallians were the only ones we was allowed to impose tariffs upon at sea. Weren't easy pickings, but I made myself a pretty gill. Since they've been so generous to me and mine, perhaps it's time I returned the favor and gave a little something back. We came as quickly as we could. We would follow your example and devastate the Telephoroi with the full extent of our powers. Worry not for your brothers, Bussy. We will return soon enough. I'm so glad I found you. I for you a letter from Master Hammond. Let's read it together, shall we? Now let's see here. I have every confidence that your fists shall bring the Telephoroi to their knees. And should you espy any beautiful maidens thereabouts, perhaps sing to them my praises. Charming, master. Well, more fool me for thinking that letter would contain something actually inspiring. Let's just forget this note exists and focus on the battle ahead. It seems so long before we were sailing across the Ruby Sea and charging about the Azim Steppe with Cyrene and others. I'd say we're overdue for another adventure. It brings back memories to see so many familiar faces. We've been through so much together. Good times and not so good. I expect Garlemald will be mostly the latter, but I'd like to believe we'll look back on these days more fondly in the years to come. But for that to happen, we'll have to make it out of this alive. Don't you die on me, eh? Often Father told me of the struggles faced by Alamigo in the days of occupation, and I too have crossed swords with the Empire on many occasions. Though Garlemald has long been our bitter enemy, Her Grace has elected to bolster the Ilzabard contingent with members of the Immortal Flames. As representatives of the Sultanate, we are one in our commitment to the cause. I've led troops into battle many a time, but never a unit with such diverse range of talents. While I've been briefed on their capabilities, I expect you could provide additional insight into their strengths and weaknesses. I'd appreciate any advice you may have. I cast my lot with the Populares to bridge between Garlemald and her territories, that all may be united in common cause. But we were disparaged as a radical element, dissenters looking to destabilize the Empire from within. Many friends and even my parents perished in unfortunate accidents. I too would surely have met the same fate had I not defected. Nevertheless, I still dream of equality and peace for us all. As the world itself stands on the brink of collapse, I hold out hope that one day that dream will become reality. I have close ties with scouts of the Eastern Alliance and the various resistance groups, and they're an absolute joy to work with. Blessed are we to make countless steadfast allies o'er our journey's cause. Indeed, we are joined today by many new acquaintances who in time shall we call our comrades, and mayhap friends. I was half expecting to find the man who taught me red magic amongst our number, but he's nowhere to be seen. I suppose he's had his share of unpleasant experiences with the Empire, but so have we all. Perhaps there's some other reason. Well, in any case, I have a feeling I'll see him again once this is all over. I'm sure he'll be pleasantly surprised by how much my swordplay improved since we last met. I did not expect to see other former Dragoon here of all places. As he well knows, I am not one for verbose greetings. We shall instead let our lances do the talking once we're on the battlefield. Then we'll see if the other has been diligent in his training. This is extraordinary. To be in such company, the finest our allies have to offer. With comrades such as these, we're bound to succeed. I'm certain of it. We've been part of joint military operations like this before, and with far greater numbers, but for some reason this feels very different to our previous experiences. Despite having shared little more than introductions, there's a palpable sense of camaraderie. Are we done? Are we done? We're done. Besides the delegates assembled here, the Amalja and several other tribes have been offered to send troops of their own. Unfortunately, due to their psiology, many would struggle simply to survive in the harsh climate of Ivzabard. They would also likely prove tempting targets for abduction by the Telophoroi. All things considered, they can better aid the cause by bolstering our defenses in Eorzea, though their eagerness to do more has been noted. We few shall have to suffice. Ere we embark, we must distribute the warding skills to our comrades. Care to do the honors? Oh no. Oh no. Here we go. We heard it would be cold in Garlemald, so we came prepared. These enchanted talismans, or should that be talisman, would probably require considerably less time and effort to produce if the alchemists of the great work were not so preoccupied with making them look pretty. There you go. Talisman, you need those. Oh, the talismans! We are to keep these close at all times, yes? I will see that no one misplaces theirs. And before I forget, I have a message from Hien. In distant lands, in times of strife, together stand, together fight. In darkness shines the light of life. I hope I have done his words justice. Doma, like much of Ortard, has been plagued by the towers. Yet while he could not be here, he wished to express his shared conviction. Hien and Yugiri labor without rest to unite the people, and with their aid will we keep the enemy at bay. And we of the Steppe and the Eastern Alliance will repay their efforts by ending this war. Yes? Here, take this. Take it! So these are the famed warding scales. Enough for me and my men, I see. I myself am especially grateful for this opportunity to visit distant lands. I wish to follow in the footsteps of Master Atowa and learn all there is to learn of this star we call home. Indeed, that is the primary reason I volunteered to join this expedition. To journey outside Twelswood, much less enter into Imperial territory, is a rare privilege afforded to Pajal. Not that I'm tagging along to see the sights, the Garleans would benefit from my healing magics, as would our comrades should fighting break out. Hey you! Hey, you got something for us? Take it. Ah, them scales everyone's been talking about. Pretty little things, ain't they? Reckon they'll be worth a gill or two when this is all over, but we'll hold on to them for now. Ah, one more thing. I know what y'all thinking. Why didn't they send Ainzar instead? Bugger if I know. All the Admiral and Captain Hillfield told me was they needed someone to help safeguard the future, and here I am. Can't say they haven't got a sense of humor. Cause some of you might be wondering what good a pirate is on dry land, in the middle of the sudden snow of all places. Well, me and my crew'll do whatever needs doing. Let's set sail, or however the saying goes on airships. A set of warding scales I spy. Not that I would know what they'd look like. Wow, look at these. Even a layman like me can tell they're bursting with ether. All the better to fend off the tempering waves? Is that the right term? Anyway, these will give us one less thing to worry about, which just leaves the other mountain of whatever else is waiting for us in Garlemald. One way to find out, eh? And nervous or not, I'd march through all 7 hells if it gave me a chance to put Xenos back in the grave where he belongs. Warding scales for the Ishgardian delegation, I take. Yes, take it. Many thanks. These talismans may prove to be a deciding factor in the battles to come. I find myself conflicted by this foray into Garlemald, sent by the Empire to infiltrate Ishgard, only to throw in my lot with those whose secrets I was supposed to be stealing. And now I'll lead a mission to save the countrymen I betrayed. But that is doubtless why I was chosen by Lord Aymeric. He would have me put my extensive knowledge and former ties to good use. I will not disappoint him. For the future of Ishgard, Garlemald, and the world at large, I will lead us to victory. Do you have a warding scale for me too? Yes, I do. Take it. Thank you for this, and for going such incredible lengths for the sake of my people. Though I have little to offer in return, I would impart some advice if I may. You have been told by many to wear the cold of Ilzabard, and I cannot stress enough that is no token warning. I will be distributing specially made warming tinctures, courtesy of the Alchemists Guild, but understand that they are no substitute for proper protection. I leave the provisioning of said protection to your discretion. Now let us proceed to the Alamigan Quarter. While you make your final preparations, I will have the pilots ready the airships. Give me my new outfit already. Come on. Preparations? I got my armor and my lance. What more could I need? It's something of a constant refrain that we require warmer clothing. My present garb may be lacking, fur collar notwithstanding. Concoctions to fortify the flesh against wind and cold are commonly sold in the Uldan markets, though they are of dubious provenance and efficacy. 'Tis said, however, that in the recent days the Alchemists Guild had produced a tincture capable of such a feat. Mayhap the achievements of their Tamnarian counterparts did spur them into action, that they not be put to shame. This coat is quite warm, but I have something that rather thicker for occasions like these. There's no telling how long we'll be out in the open, and we can't go starting fires willy-nilly if we want to avoid detection. If you've anything you still need to take care of, you'd better see to it now. Yeah? Since my revival, I've been lax in expanding my limited wardrobe. Think we have time for a quick trip back toward Sharlayan? I recall a rather fetching coat. This is our last chance to make ready before we set forth. You needn't worry about Urianger and I. We still have what we wore in Garlemald before. Estinian claims to be quite warm and toasty beneath his armor, and since he spent a fair bit of time up north recently as well, I have no reason to doubt his words. Most of the others will be borrowing Grand Company stock. The rest of you could do likewise, I suppose, provided you're not overly concerned with style. Not to put too fine a point on it, but I wouldn't be seen dead in one of those ridiculous overcoats. If only I had time to find something to my liking. Hark! Is that the cry of science in need of a tailor I hear? Oh, it's Tataru. Wrong voice then. But how? I have my ways, so yes indeed. You thought you could sneak off to Ilzabad without telling me? Ha! Nothing escapes my notice. Now, you will wear these garments I made for you whether you like it or not. You never cease to amaze. But why do you need a new outfit as well? Wait, you're coming with us? What? No, of course not, silly. It's all in the name of fashion. Rather, the pursuit of highest quality fashion. Besides, how can I expect others to wear my creations if I've never worn them myself? Ah, I did have one other thing to share. Ermgus and Bloomwida have finally returned from assignments in faraway lands. They'll be staying at the Rising Stones for a while to keep an eye on events through Eorzea. Since they'll be running things back at headquarters, I was wondering if I could lend a hand in Sharlayan? Oh, why not? You can keep Kryl company in the Baldesian Annex. Yes, we'd love to have you there. And I heard Ermgus and Bloomwida did a fine job carrying on in our stead while we were lying comatose. With them in charge of the Rising Stones, we have nothing to worry about. My thoughts exactly. Also, while I'm confident you won't go collapsing again, because certain someone who shall remain nameless isn't in a position to transport your souls to another world, if anything similarly disastrous were to happen, I'll be well positioned to do something about it. Anyway, I've got a few things to take care of, and then I'll make my way to Sharlayan. I really do hope these new clothes are enough to keep you warm in Galamalt. It's not much, but it's the only thing I can do for you, other than pray for your safe return, which I will, every day. Let's not keep the contingent waiting any longer. Here are your winter woolies, handcrafted by yours truly. Alright. Oh, it's just a single coat. Come on, you can do it. You can load it. I believe. I believe. Chongy coat. Anyways, we got our outfit, and that's where I'm gonna end for now. Because all that talking, I'm tuckered. I'm probably just gonna spend some time fishing and mining after this. Thank you all so much for tagging along and watching, and hopefully I shall see you on the next one. Goodbye!